Hello YouTube, how y'all doing today? As you can tell, I'm back in the kitchen again. So what are we doing today? Well, today we're gonna be doing some baby back ribs. We're gonna cooking them outside, but we gotta prep them inside. We're gonna do them two different ways. So I wanted to introduce you to both of those ways. Now again, this is how I do baby backs. Doesn't mean it's how you gotta do them. If you already got your way of doing them and you love it, so be it. Stick to it. Keep doing what you do. But if you're not sure or you've never done them before, you want to try something a different way, well, this one's for you. So sit tight. First thing we got to do, we got to prep them ribs and make sure they're ready to rock and roll. All right, so we're going to prep these guys first. And one of the first things you got to do to prep these ribs is get rid of this skin on the back. Sometimes it's hard to get up underneath it, and you'll be like, oh, maybe there's not one on there. But trust me, there's not very many companies. There are some, but not very many that remove this membrane. And there you go. See how easy that is? Now, if there's any nicks or cuts in it, it might separate, and you just got to work at it a little bit. But that's pretty good right there. We did a good job getting that guy out. Okay. So that is the back side of the ribs, right? But leaving that in there makes them harder to chew, right? You got to bite through that membrane. It toughens up. Now these guys, and it's a barrier between your spice that you're going to put on it if you're going to rub them and the meat. So now I got no barrier, all right? So that dude's good. On to the cookie sheet for prep, all right? Rib rack number 2. You do the same thing, okay? The next thing we need to do is we want these ribs dry, okay? As dry as we can make them for our rub. We don't want it to go on there and just become a sauce, all right? So we're gonna get some more paper towels. I'm gonna pat these guys. Audrey will be proud of me when she watches this video, because I used to just set this thing like this on the counter somewhere, and then I'd go to putting the spice rub on them. And you know, you're trying to get spice rub all over it, so you inevitably miss the tray and get it all over the counter. And so I'd leave a mess of spice rub all over the counter, and she would let me know about it. So she told me, look, put the dang thing over the sink and put your spices on there. And so that's what I usually do. Okay. I'm gonna get these first 2 done. I got 3 more racks to prep, but I'm gonna let you guys see the process for the first 2. I'm not gonna bore you watching me do all 5, and then we're gonna move on. All right, so what I have here is Chupacabra rub. I use it all the time, folks. Now this, we've got the brisket magic we've used on brisket. I use the Cajun blend a lot. Fish, chicken, whatever. I use that on those shrimp tacos we did. And that video is around here somewhere. And then this is their original, right? So it's good on just about anything, and particularly good on ribs. These 2 are going on the new smoker. That's one way I'm going to do it. So it's going to be hickory smoked, and they're going to get heavy smoked, okay? The wife and certain other people don't always like heavy smoked, right? And there's a difference between heavy smoked and over smoked, like cooking with a raw wood right over the flames where it gets that real bad taste on the meat, right? We're not talking about that, but we're talking about just a strong smoke flavor, right? Some people don't care for that. So when I do them on the Weber, that's how we're going to do the other 3 racks. And I'm going to show you the setup on both of those, so you can do it on the Weber too. You can smoke them with the wood taste on the Weber too. You use wood chips, just soak them in water and add them. But typically I don't even put wood chips on there, because Audrey just loves these ribs without any smoke flavor, which is fine with me. So 3 are going on the Weber. I'll show you how we set the Weber up to do that, and the process of cooking them on the Weber. And these 2 are going on the new electric smoker with the side smoke box. You guys, I think I've shown that. I'm not sure if I've shown it in a actual one of my cooking videos or a live stream I did on my back patio. Because I did a live stream on my back patio where I kind of showed off the 5 different cookers I have on. So, all right, folks, those guys are ready. Now, here's another thing. I can go, if I'm gonna like throw these on the grill, I would like to spice them 4 or 5 hours before I cook them at least. Overnight's fine. But I don't have that luxury today. These got to go on the grill in the next hour or so. Take your meat out that you're going to cook thick, big meat, pork and beef. Okay, not chicken. Take it out 45 minutes to an hour before you cook it, and let it sit out at room temp. It is not going to get warm, right? But it's going to warm up enough that it cooks more evenly, right? That's one of the secrets to cooking thick pieces of meat is let it get out in room temperature for a little while, right, before you throw it on the grill. So these guys aren't even going back in the fridge. They're good, just like that. I'm going to set them aside. I'm going to clean this mess up. I'm going to get my other 3 racks out. It's going to be the exact same process. Nothing changes here. We're going to spice them the same, everything. They're just going to be cooked on a different cooker in a different manner, okay? So, y'all hang tight. Next time you see me, we should be out by the cookers, showing you how we set them up to get ready to cook. All right, I'm going to show you the setup of the Weber first. So you see these contraptions? All right, they go in each side, like that. All right, so you see them in there? So the charcoal goes in here, charcoal goes in there. Once it's heated up, grate goes over it, scrape the grate like you normally do, and then the ribs are going to run this way on the grate above it. So it's indirect. And this is the same thing I use if I'm doing a turkey. Charcoal, turkey in the middle, okay? So I'll show you guys how that looks in just a minute. All right, so we got 25 barquettes, or 20 briquettes on each side. That's what we start with. We'll light these. When they get gray, put the cover on, right? And then we can add the ribs and then close it, put the top on. So 20 briquettes each side start off. And then after that, I add 5 every hour, okay? And that's the one thing with the Weber. It's not a set it up and leave it alone for hours to cook. It's just not built to do that. So every hour, I come out and add 5 charcoals. And I've been cooking on that Weber like that for, 30 years at least, right? I've had a Weber everywhere we've gone. And I'd add wood chips to get a little bit of that smoke flavor. But the other ribs are going on this bad boy. Right here, right there, right, and this is the smoke box on the side, right? You can put wood chips up in here. This will make it smoke a lot longer, and it'll shoot little wood chips up in there. So that's what we're going to be doing next. All right, so let's see the setup on this smoker. Very bottom in there, we got a water tray, right? That's just that water. Now, you don't use that for everything you smoke, but things you're trying to keep moist like ribs, you will. Okay, my fish, when I did my fish, I did not use that. Okay, so, and then underneath there, where the burner is, there's a little box there to put wood chips on it. But we're not using that. I'll show you what we're going to use. We're going to use this boy right here. It's attached to it. There's a hole on the side of this where you could slide in more wood chips as it goes. But if I use this thing will hold wood chips in it forever, right? Not ever, but it'll burn for a good, I don't know, 3 hours. They say you can get 6 hours out of it. I think 3 hours is pretty good. So this one, unlike the Weber, is kind of set it up and go. I get the smoke going, set my temperatures where I want it, and I just let it smoke. So this one's probably going to go for about 5 hours, 4 to 5 hours easy. Where the Weber, I'm not controlling the temp other than I can adjust the vents, but I'm not even putting a thermometer in it. I'm just going to let it cook because I've been doing it for so long. I know those will be done in about 2 hours. All right, so let's get this thing loaded because it's got to start off first. All right, so 2 racks of ribs in the smoker, water's in, this sucker's ready to fire up. Latch it. Tough being a videographer by yourself. Okay. So we'll fire this guy up first. Hold on just a second. All right, hit the power. Okay. Now once our temp. We hit the temp once. You go ahead and set it. I'm going to shoot it about 225. I'm going to stop at 220 because sometimes it runs a little hotter. So we'll just watch it. Right there. Okay, hit the temp again, and that's set. Now we're doing the time. And I'm going to just give it 2 hours from now, and we'll check it then. Time again. Time again. Red light comes on. She's heating. So there's no wood chips in there, so it's not going to smoke nothing yet. This guy is filled with wood chips. So now I'll come over here and hit the power button. It's on. So that's going to heat up and smoke. So a couple minutes, I'll come back and show you the smoke. Alright, well you can see we got the smoke coming over there. Our temp's only at 105, so our temp's still climbing, but the smoke's already smoking because it's from that little side box right there. We'll open her up once. Don't like to open this one too many times, but give you an idea. Yeah, there's a little bit of smoke in there. You know what I'm saying? Those bad boys are going to be smoked. And we'll come back. Next time you see me, we'll probably be loading that Weber with the ribs we're putting on the Weber. Alright, we're getting ready to throw these ribs on the Weber now. Right? It's been about an hour or so, a couple hours. I want to show you something real quick on this Weber though. Something that makes it easy. You know, they come with that regular grate, and then you can get this grate. You see what that grate does? Opens up right over the top of those coals, so each time I add coals every hour, 5 coals on each side. I can do that with the grill. Ain't that cool? Alright, let's go grab those ribs and let's throw them on the grill. Alright, another thing I use on the Weber is this rib rack. Alright, so it holds the ribs standing up so they cook better. And they fit better. Now, let's see. Put these over here. Alright, let's take another quick look. Standing up on that rack. Alright, that's it. Those are going to take 2.5, 3 hours. We still got the other smoker going. Right? Those probably got about another 2.5, 3 hours on them. And then I'll show you what they look like when they come off. All this stuff that I'm showing you, the rib rack, the smoker, the side box, all that stuff I'm going to put down in the description. So if you guys want to order it from Amazon, it gives me a little kickback, but it doesn't cost you nothing extra on Amazon. I buy all my shit on Amazon, almost, because just good deals. All right, folks, check in a minute. All right, now it's time to check the ribs on the Weber. They're about done. How do you know when they're done? I don't stick a thermometer in them. I don't know too many people that put a thermometer in ribs. All right, what do you? Come on, focus, baby. There you go. So let's see. I'll show you what I do. Like that. So you start seeing the ribs stick out like that right there. We can take 2 fingers and just press them. See how that just tore apart? See that? See that? Watch this. See how easy that tore apart? Them ribs are done. So we're gonna take those ones off, and then I've got the ones on the smoker still. They're probably pretty close to done too. We'll check them in a minute, folks. All right, so the ribs are done. People are eating. Now we're gonna go check in on them. All right. Which, do you get one of each?
I got one of each.
You got one of each. David.
I've eaten the Weber. I've taken a bite of the Weber. I'm taking a bite of the smoker now.
All right. And he's not even doing barbecue sauce, because we do them dry, and then you can put barbecue sauce. We have a homemade barbecue sauce you can put on yourself. But I don't eat barbecue sauce. Both are delicious. All right, I got. That's what I'm talking about. All right, don't be cheesy now. People be like, he paid them to say that.
There's no money.
Those are the smoked ones. They're okay? They're not over smoked? All right, so that's hickory. Oh, I like that.
This is the Weber one.
This is the Weber. Weber's very good. Oh, and by the way, you see the sausage on there and there. I didn't say anything about that or show anything about that, but we smoked some of the sausage too.
You gotta do this so I can catch it.
No, you don't. You don't have to with this camera, okay? Calm down, psycho. Oh, that's Johanna, right. That's Tom. If you got somebody who's hiring, Tom's looking right now. There's Richa. She's the one who finances Tom right now.
AKA Burke Money.
AKA Burke Money. And she's tearing up some of the smoked. Okay. You okay? All right. So you got to try the other ones next. And then, of course, this is my better half, Audrey, who has a full plate of food no one else does. And there's an empty bone already laying on her plate. So that means, which kind are you having?
The Weber.
Of course, a Weber, because she's not a big fan of smoke, as I said earlier. And she is tearing up. Look at those ribs. They're juicy. Look.
I don't eat off the bone.
She won't eat any meat off the bone, but she'll eat my ribs off the bone.
That's what he said.
Oh no! Now, this is a rated PG video.
I just got you, Bob.
All right, folks. So we're gonna say that the smoked and the Weber ribs were a great success.
Do we get sponsored by HEB if we talk about HEB?
No, we're not sponsored by HEB, but they could sponsor us. Them and maybe Bud Light and Buc-ee's. Those would be my ideal sponsors. All right, so if you like the video, you're not already a subscriber, hit the button below, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, comment. You do your own ribs, you do them different, you like these ribs, whatever. Make a comment, we'll get back to you. And other than that, folks, I need to sit down and eat me some of these ribs.
You better hurry up and get out of here.
Because I'm just sitting here talking while everybody else is eating.
Bye.
Peace out.